Hi, this is the Cook Expert and we're making Kashmiri chicken curry. Who doesn't love a curry, especially if it's homemade? The Cook Expert will have you prepping like a pro. So I'm going to start with a food processor because I'm going to do the curry paste from scratch. So I'm using the little mini bowl and it's perfect for a batch of curry paste. So 3 chillies, a whole bulb of garlic, and about 3 centimeters of ginger. Really simple. Press auto. And now we're going to zhuzh it up with a little oil. So this can just be poured into the top. Now the reason I added the oil is that when we come to freeze some of it, it just holds its moisture and it doesn't dry out in the freezer. Remove the blade. Gosh, this smells so good. So I'm reserving some of the chili paste for this recipe, but then what I have left, I will pop onto a baking sheet lined with paper, and you can just spoon this on. This is just the right size to be a flavour bomb to add to any curry you do. So once these are frozen, they can just be transferred into a little bag. So that takes all the faff out of preparing a really, really tasty chili paste. And now we're going to go on and do our own spice mix. This is where you can really let rip with any kind of family secrets, favourite spices, but I'm going to make a spice blend for a Garam Masala that we're going to add to flavour the curry. So we'll have 5 bay leaves and about 5 centimetres of cinnamon bark and 5 cloves, 10 cardamom pods, a teaspoon of black peppercorns. Oh, this is beginning to smell fragrant. And 2 teaspoons, one of my favourite spices, cumin seeds. And here we have a little bit of magic. The real joy here is the Cook Expert heats. So we can toast the spices and blend them to a fine powder, all in the metal bowl. So I'm going to use the Expert program. I'm going to take it down to 3 minutes because it's only a small amount. Stirring, we'll take that down to 1A. I'll explain why in a moment. And temperature, we want 100. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to take the cap off. Because the induction hob is so precise and so efficient, it's already beginning to steam up. So the moisture is driven off as the spices toast. So set at 1A, that stands for 1, and alternate stirring. So it stirs gently and alternatively rests, which means that the spices just get turned over, but not too often, and they have plenty of time to toast. Gosh, this smells so good. What I'm going to do now is pop the lid back on and the cap, and we're going to take the speed right up to 18, which is the top speed. So it's going to blitz these whole spices into a powder. 0 the temperature. We'll add 1 minute, and for the speed, take it all the way up to 18. Sounds good to me. Phenomenal power. This motor can blitz a little or a lot whole spices to a fine powder in just a minute. Amazing, it makes such short work. Add this to a little jar, onto the main event. But we're going to start with frazzling some black mustard seeds in some oil. And you can be generous with oil here because it's the oil that's going to hold all the flavour of the spices. A teaspoon of black mustard seeds. This is really clever because I'm going to use another of the preset programs. I'm in cooking now. Stir fry. So in no time at all, the induction heat is going to be up to 160, and it's going to snap, crackle and pop the mustard seeds. And I'm going to add my onions. That's how hot it is. This process, if you were doing it on the hob and in a pan, would take hours. Restart the program, and in just 7 minutes, the onions are going to brown. and they're going to have a beautiful, deep, rich flavour that's going to carry the flavours of the curry. So this just takes all the time, the stress, and frankly, all the onion fumes out of your kitchen. Bingo. Yes. Okay, here we go. This is a marvellous bit. Oh. So we have amazing brown onions. This smells so sweet and delicious. So I'm going to add chilli paste, 4 teaspoons. That's the equivalent of 2 tablespoons of the Garam Masala that we've made. A teaspoon of turmeric and a teaspoon of paprika. 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. A whole tin of tomatoes. And I'm going to just rinse the tin out with a little water. So it's half a tin of water and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, and that will just balance the acidity of the tomatoes. Lid on, and now I'm going to go into simmering. Take it down to 15 minutes. It's on 1A, which is occasional stirring, and the temperature, I'm just going to give it a tweak, take it up to 100. Set this off. There are loads more inspirational recipes in the book or app. Both come free with the Cook Expert. Oh my goodness, this smells gorgeous, but it looks so glossy. My mouth's watering. I'm going to add the chicken breast. I'm using 4 chicken breasts, so this would easily feed 4, possibly 6 people, depending on portion size. Just add the chicken, refit the lid, and this time we're going to cook it for 20 minutes on the same program. So we're still in simmering, 20 minutes, stirring at 1A and 100 degrees. So the chicken will poach in the curry and will absorb all the flavours. Oh my goodness, this smells divine. What I love about my Cook Expert, it's allowed me to cook a curry from scratch, and it's made it so easy. I love it.